Preparation. Well, the Par Tonight show sort of set the model for how talk shows worked. And they had what would be called a talent coordinator. And that person's job was to meet with, if possible, the star or the author or the historian or the psychiatrist or whoever was going to be the guest and talk to him a little bit, or at least call him on the phone and talk a bit, and just get some stuff down on paper. Like ask him about the fact that his daughter just won a prize, or be sure he wants you to be sure and mention the Hanseatic League, or I'm sorry, I'm really reaching it. But so you got something to look before you look down at, and I finally learned that that's great to have, but not even that is necessary. If things roll the way they're supposed to, and you have an engaging person, conversation moves as conversation does in real life, and you don't necessarily have to look down and read off a note. Maybe that's why on a notorious show of mine where Norman Mailer and Gore Vidal tried to eviscerate each other, when Mailer got pissed, he got pissed before he came to the studio, but annoyed at me on the air, and I at him, and the thing, I guess, that really got me was when he said, "Why don't you just read the next question off the question sheet?" And that's when I said somewhat famously now, "Why don't you fold it 5 ways and put it where the moon don't shine?" This got one of the longest laughs in my career, and certainly in television. And it went on from there. But the idea that the show was, he knew to pick on the thing that would anger a host the most, that he can't think of anything to say and has to read questions off a sheet. Oh, I like Norman Mailer, and I loved his writing long before I knew him, and he was not gifted in the area of humor. Thus, on that notorious show of mine, Gore Vidal was able to get laughs off of him without. But Gore wasn't picking on him. He would just say things like, Norman was pissed. I think drunk is the word I'm looking for, and came on to get even with Gore for something he said Gore had written about him. But at one point, he said, "Gore, can't you just talk to me instead of talking to the audience? Can't you just talk to me?" And Gore, in that elegant way that he has, said almost the following. I'll probably get 80% on it. A wonderful sentence that got applause. It was approximately, "Of course, I'd be happy to talk to you, Norman, but we don't find ourselves in the friendly neighborhood bar, but by election in front of a studio audience, and it would be dishonest of us to pretend otherwise." And this great little sentence got a big hit, which of course stung Norman too. But he was on later show. People said, "I bet you never spoke to him again." Yeah, I did. I saw him a number of times after that, and we remained friends, if not buddies.